He had just passed his driving test last week, and now we're picking out his funeral clothes.
There are no words. It's so heavy. Losing someone so full of life, it shakes everything.
I know, Sarah, especially when it's sudden and someone so young. The pain settles deep. It changes how you see the world.
People keep saying things like it was Allah's will or he's in a better place. But that doesn't help. It just feels cruel.
No one really talks about what comes after the funeral. How do you wake up the next day and breathe?
I want to know how people survive this. How do you not fall apart?
You know, Sarah, in our history, there's a family, more beloved to the Prophet than anyone. And they went through loss after loss, not strangers, not enemies. Their own family members, their children, poisoned, slaughtered, imprisoned, while holding the banner of Islam high.
You mean the Ahlul Bayt?
Yes, and one of them was a young imam, barely older than your cousin when he began his mission, Imam Muhammad al-Taqi, known as Imam al-Jawad. He became imam at the age of 8, a child carrying the responsibilities of divine leadership. He lived through the eyes of jealous courtiers, suspicious rulers, and loneliness even among people. At just 25, he was poisoned by those who feared the truth in his words. His brilliance was too much for their thrones. But before the world mourned him, his family did. His mother, his wife, his son, and those closest to him felt that silence. And then they rose.
So, even the Ahlul Bayt lost someone so young and still continued?
Yes, they didn't run from grief. They sat with it, and then they transformed it.
That's what Majalis-e-Azah are for, aren't they?
Exactly. When we gather to mourn, we don't just cry, we heal. We reflect on what the Ahlul Bayt endured, not for power or revenge, but to keep Islam alive with its true values. When we hear about the atrocities they bore, how Imam Hussein's children were thirsty, how Zainab stood strong after the massacre, it teaches us that our grief isn't meaningless.
So, grief doesn't disappear, but it evolves?
It becomes your strength. Because when you remember those who bore more and still held on to faith, you realize you can too.
And your cousin, maybe his short life becomes a reason for you to live more deeply, more meaningfully.
Maybe I'll keep going by keeping him close. And maybe I'll attend a majlis this week. I think I need it.
That's the beginning of healing. In mourning, we remember. And in remembrance, we rise.